My name is Hassan Elbahtimy. I am an academic in the War Studies Department at King's College London. I work on the politics of nuclear weapons. I'm interested in global governance mechanisms that relate to nuclear weapons. I'm also interested in the politics of chemical and biological weapons, so together with nuclear weapons of mass destruction, CBRN, as we sometimes use as an acronym. Um, I'm also interested in issues at the intersection between science and global politics. I'm interested in disruptive technology and how that might have an impact on global politics. I got interested in this field first by joining government. Actually, I was born in Egypt and joined the Egyptian diplomatic service as a very junior diplomat. And I got the amazing opportunity to do a United Nations Disarmament Fellowship program, which is quite a unique experience and opportunity. It takes junior diplomats from all around the world, really a fantastic group, and then together they visit key sites of international diplomacy on nuclear, chemical, biological, and conventional weapons disarmament and arms control. So we spent some time in Geneva attending the CD, the first committee in New York, visited Japan, Hiroshima and Nagasaki, and among many other places, and Vienna with the International Atomic Energy Agency. And by the end of it, I was hooked on this topic and hooked how international conversations about control of this technology can be approached and thought about and practiced. And that got me very interested in this area, which previously was not really on my radar. And with the enthusiasm generated by this very generous program, I became convinced that I want to do more and signed up to study these issues and went to King's College London. And one thing led to the other. And after finishing a master's, I doing a PhD. And after doing a PhD and during doing a PhD, I worked at a research center. And one thing led to the other. And after finishing my PhD, I ended up working in this field and continue to do so. My approach to teaching on these important issues is to try to get students to engage with a variety of views and opinions. So try to expose them to a rich tapestry of debates about these issues, but at the same time also pushing them to take a stance and push them to realize that there's so much at stake and that they need to put effort into really figuring out where they stand on these contentious issues and not just hide behind what everyone else is thinking. So in a way, expanding the range of views that they are exposed to and actually also encouraging them to come to a view about what they actually really think about these weapons. At the core of this is realizing that these weapons are highly political. We should be really invested into thinking about them also from a moral and ethical standpoint, and not shy away from doing that under a pretense of objectivity, for example, or trying to do something that is apolitical. I think that is really key to engaging with these very important issues from a sincere point of view. The public should care about nuclear issues because we've not, as a human species, produced any more destructive weapons. These are huge weapons that has enormous destructive capability, and their use and their existence impacts lives in so many different ways. So part of this is our responsibility as citizens of the world to engage with this most destructive weapon and come to terms with how is it that we want to live on this earth, and how can we relate to one another. And I think that is the broad framework where we think about security and what it means to have an approach towards nuclear weapons. There's a lot of things to be concerned with when it comes to nuclear politics because the stakes are very, very high. I think the issue that concerns me the most is, in general, the sense of either apathy or a sense of disempowerment by people who don't really feel that they can change anything, or that the established order or way of doing things is so ingrained and has to be taken for granted, and we're trapped in it. And I think that sense of lack of empowerment, that is not really just a function of nuclear policy, but is very prominent, but I think also cuts across all the different aspects of society, really, and policy more broadly. And that sense of disillusionment and disempowerment is one that concerns me. And I hope through my engagement with these issues and teaching as well is to highlight the potential for change and claiming agency and choices when it comes to these issues, and not just taking things as for granted, um, or unchangeable.